don't believe any of the devil worship stuff. If you think about the time period, this was in the midst of what sociologists now often call the Satanic Panic. It was a time period, late 70s and early 80s, when churches said that you could play rock songs backwards and hear messages about the devil, and churches had these big bonfires where they burned all their rock albums. And it was a time period when there were these stories about daycare centers operated by devil worshipers, and it was this and Procter and Gamble and other big companies gave all their proceeds to the Church of Satan. And I think you have to see what's happening with Toole's and Lucas's confessions in the light of the Satanic Panic period. One of the things that really started this whole mythos was this book that came out in the early 1980s by a guy named Max Call called The Hand of Death. And quite frankly, it's astonishing that anyone believed anything that was in this book. The book had Ottis Toole as this super intelligent secret agent for the Church of Satan. They said that there was a Satanist assassination training camp in the Everglades, and they gave the book gave Toole this way of speaking that is almost sounds cartoon-like, and definitely does not sound anything like Toole ever sounds like in any interviews or anything. And that book has, which has long been out of print, but is still quoted. Was quoted as recently, well, probably quoted as recently as yesterday, but was quoted in the 2011 book "Bringing Adam Home," which is full of things that its authors had to know were totally incorrect and inaccurate, but was quoted as, in the 2011 book, Bringing Adam Home. The book says that Henry told Ottis that he had murdered Becky, Ottis's niece, and that Ottis said, that's no problem. We can use her body in the Black Mass. It says things like that when Lucas started to understand what was involved with devil worship, he understood why Ottis was a cannibal, that before he had just thought that cannibalism was something that all homosexuals enjoyed. And it makes a really clear point of saying that that Lucas is not a homosexual. It says it so much and so often that it makes you go, well, why is he saying this so much if he's not? And it's just if you could read it separate from all of the important things that have happened with the case, the book would just be comical, and it really is. The biggest part of the foundation for setting them up as in the popular imagination as these murderers of hundreds and hundreds of people who are doing this as Satanists, and it has Toole as this kind of Satanist secret agent, which is pretty sadly comical.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a commercial break. Okay, and I forgot to tell you about this before we started. It's going to be a 4-minute long commercial break. Okay, so you have plenty of time to go to make a sandwich, one of those sandwiches they gave to Toole, unfortunately, and it's just dead air. We're just sitting here dead air. Right. But and I apologize for not tipping you off on that before we started. But we'll be right back with more of our guest today. I forgot your name, man. Tim Gilmore. We'll be right back with more of Tim Gilmore. And my computer's so slow I couldn't pull it up. We're talking about his book, Stalking Ottis, Toole, a Southern Gothic. And then the next book coming up you're going to be able to find is going to be called Framing Ottis, Toole. Not Otis, Ottis. And his website, too, you could find all his information here, is jaxpsychogeo.com. I'm sure you regret that. jaxpsychogeo.com. But I'm sure if you Google Tim Gilmore, Ottis Toole, it'll pop right up. You'll be able to find it. We'll be right back with more of our guest, Professor. Yeah, sure. Professor Tim Gilmore, right after these messages. And now a word from our sponsors. If you find yourself in need of legal representation, it can be a very stressful time in your life. In my career, I have dealt with thousands of lawyers, I've dealt with thousands of law firms, and I can confidently recommend to you Keith M. Davidson at kmdlaw.com. Available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Just log into kmdlaw.com. That's kmdlaw.com. Or you can call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. That's 833-4KMD-LAW. Personal injury, wrongful death, STDs, sexual assault, car accidents. They handle it all efficiently and professionally. It doesn't matter how imposing the opposition may be, because the team at kmdlaw.com are battle-tested and fierce. They will not stop until justice prevails. Go to kmdlaw.com or call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. If you're in for the fight of your life, stop screwing around and contact KMD Law.
Are you ready to change your life, but don't know how to start? Is your stress and worries keeping you awake at night? Have you been battling grief, anxiety, or depression all alone? Have you lost touch with your own sense of being or spirituality? Soul Free Therapies offers professional and affordable live video streaming counseling and coaching services from the comfort of your own home. Sessions offered in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Go to our website at www.soul-free.com and book your first session today.
Hey, check out our brand new sponsor, Dynamic Solutions 2. That's the number 2. They offer a life-changing, dynamic financial solution. The finest in fast, professional, affordable credit repair. Is your credit in bad shape? Do you need a new car? Ready to buy a new house? You want to rent an apartment? Are you going to apply for a job? Any one of these activities, they're going to ask for a credit report and then check out your credit score. Let Dynamic Solutions 2 erase your negative credit remarks. They have affordable monthly prices. They accept Visa, MasterCard, PayPal options available. You go to www.dynamicsolutions, that's the number 2.com, or call 424-888-2820. 424-888-2820. Now, if you enter promo code ED or you mention Ed Opperman, you get a 10% discount. How's that? You get a free consultation, all negative items removed, get back in positive credit position. Dynamic Solutions 2, life-changing dynamic financial solutions. 424-888-2820. Tell them Ed Opperman sent you. You get a 10% discount. PureSoapFlakes.com, 218-568-2525. Have you ever heard of Castile Soap? Pure Soap Flake Company handcrafts fine soap bars, laundry powder, and concentrated soap flakes using organic vegetable oils from their northern Minnesota facility. Bathe your body and wash your clothes with pure soap products that are free of fragrance, GMOs, palm oil, sodium lauryl sulfate, and synthetic additives. Keep it clean, folks. Pure Soap Flake Company products are kind to living creatures and sensitive skin, safe for drains and waterways, and work great in high-efficiency washers and top and front-loading machines. They have a little promotion going on. Contact them to order some soap. Mention the Opperman Report. You're going to get a free gift. They're going to send a little extra soap, travel size, soap bars and laundry soap, cleaning soap flakes. I've been using that stuff all day long today. Great stuff. Order today at puresoapflakes.com or give them a call, 218-568-2525, 218-568-2525. Pure Soap Flake Company is a proud member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild.
It's the Opperman Report. And now, here is investigator Ed Opperman.
Okay, welcome back to the Opperman Report. I'm your host, Private Investigator Ed Opperman. We're here today with Tim Gilmore, Professor Tim Gilmore, University of Tallahassee, was it?
Florida State College of Jacksonville.
Florida State College. Sorry about that.
Other side of northern Florida.
I know. Okay, and this website is Jack's Psycho Geo, as in Jacksonville, JAX Psycho, and then GEO.com. And we're talking about Stalking Ottis Toole, a Southern Gothic, and the next book coming out shortly will be Framing Ottis Toole. Okay, real quick, back to Adam Walsh, real quick, okay?
Sure.
Is it possible there's a connection between Ottis Toole or Henry Lee Lucas and Jeffrey Dahmer, who is Mr. Gillis's, or is that Willis, our other friend there, his thesis there on his theory, Willis Morgan, his theory that it's Jeffrey Dahmer. Any connection between Toole, Lucas, and Dahmer?
It's a fascinating theory, and I've been in touch with Willis for several years now, and been enjoying seeing what he's done with his developments. It's one of the things that I have to keep coming back to is that most people who commit heinous crimes, especially serial killers, and again, I don't believe Ottis Toole is a serial killer, but that's what he's publicly known as. Most of them operate on their own. It's rare enough that they operate in pairs, which is the larger story of Ottis Toole and Henry Lee Lucas. A larger story, which again, I don't think that the facts bear up. The more famous serial killers you bring in, the harder it is for me to kind of automatically go along with. I think the theory of Jeffrey Dahmer as the murderer of Adam Walsh makes a lot of sense. I'm not an expert in that theory. Yeah. I leave that to people who have studied it a lot more. In this particular situation, I know more about Ottis Toole than I do Jeffrey Dahmer, and I think Ottis Toole is a fascinating person. In fact, I think he's more fascinating for the fact that he is not who most of us believe he was than he would be if he were in quotes, just another serial killer. I think that the theory about Dahmer and Adam Walsh is really intriguing. I think that police departments should have. I think it's even strange that they didn't follow that theory up earlier on.
But more to the point, any possibility that these two could have met or known each other, traveled in the same circles?
These two, meaning Dahmer and Ottis Toole, I really don't see it.
Or Dahmer and
I really
Lucas.
don't see it. What's that?
Or Dahmer and Lucas.
It's still kind of hard for me to imagine. So, okay. I mean, is there any possibility? I mean, sure.
Now the cannibalism.
It's not anything that I'm convinced of, especially when it comes to. I mean, Ottis Toole once told a true crime writer that he didn't know whether it was day or night. He said most people keep up with things. Most of the time, I don't even know if it's day or night. And I think that's one of the truest things Ottis Toole ever said. Dahmer has, for my understanding, had a little bit more intelligence and more ability to keep up with things. And Toole just kind of stumbled forward, and when this opportunity to be someone big and scary and legendary came up, he took it.
And back to the cannibalism. Now, they discussed cannibalism, but you don't believe that either Toole or Lucas were actual cannibals?
No, I certainly don't. Even, again, and Les Vandeford's 2011 book, Bringing Adam Home. They quote Ottis Toole as being a cannibal. Saying he said all kinds of things. He said he was a secret agent for the devil, and he was